everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. Today's matchup features the top-scoring pass offense in the NFL. The Chiefs are top 10 in passing TDs, and they go up against our Packers defense that will need to be on its game. With that, let's hand it over to Brandon Gott and Charles Davis. They've got the call of this Week 12 matchup.
Larry, as always, it is a frenzied atmosphere inside Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City. A minute ago, Arrowhead was rocking. The offense led out by all-pro tight end Travis Kelce as the Chiefs get set to match up with the Green Bay Packers. Hello again, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Chiefs ball club. They coming off their very first loss of the year, suffered a week ago.
Yeah, it will not be a perfect season, but I'm interested to see how they bounce back now that they know that chasing the 1972 Dolphins is out the window.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Packers, they're in a real groove of late. Winners of 5 of their last 6 games.
And if you look back to last week, it was all about their defense. Anytime you hold an NFL team to single digits, that's saying something.
Spins through, and he is knocked down from the side. And after getting tackled, he's still down and looking very slow to get up. We'll step aside and get an update when we return to Arrowhead. So here we go, 1st and 10 now. Carry now for Paul Perkins. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. So we'll look here at the key inactives, and we got this list before the game down on the field. And they tell us the same thing every time, don't they? Next man up.
No excuses. Be ready to play. That's the mantra of every organization. The key is having guys on the roster who are capable of filling in and playing at a high level. That's when you know you've drafted well, scouted free agents well, and stocked your team just the way you're supposed to. We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
A good pickup there, a 22. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables. Otherwise, they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
The numbers for Perkins on the ground a week ago. 16 carries, 52 yards.
And he's hoping to have the same type of game, but he's going up against the #1 defense in the league, and they're very good at fitting the run. So now you've got to think offensive strategy, maybe a little more play action, and try and find some people up and downfield.
8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks. Operating from the red zone now, Mahomes. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. On 2nd down, here's Mahomes. And he is caught at the 7-yard line. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. The numbers for Travis Kelce last week. 6 catches, 56 yards.
And he was able to get open there, but that's not always easy against this bunch defensively. We are deep enough into the season where numbers count, This is #1 rated defense in the NFL. He'll have a tough time.
And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. He had a great read there from his free safety position. And, Charles, you know with those guys, it's all about their eyes. They have to be laser-focused.
Yeah, I had to face my way through it when I was playing, but now I can see exactly what they're doing. And
under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sack back around the 8. Preston Smith. He's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year.
Second goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football. Had to eat it and ended up on the ground.
Can this defense get the stop on the opening drive? Here's 3rd and goal.
Green 39! Green 39!
From the gun, it's Mahomes. Trying to fight his tight end, Kelsey, and it's intercepted. Picked off down near the 5. He's at the 50, the 40, 30, 20, 10, 5, and into the end zone. It's a pick 6 and a Packer touchdown. Now remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but the ball's in the air. They treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
On is Mason Crosby for the point after. And we'll see if this rain affects the team's decisions going forward, but they kick it here, and it's good. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Packers defense here, they're heading back out onto the field. And a big reason they've got the lead here in the first half, some of these hits we're going to see here.
Almost like they're a group of superheroes, right? Something out of a comic book. Boom, pow, biff. They are really playing well and making things happen on their side of the ball.
Taking me back to my childhood a bit.
There you go. You had a collection, didn't you?
I did.
All right, here we go.
Now a play fake here on first down. Well, he's going to take a shot right away. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on it at second down.
Well, I guess that answers the question whether or not they want him throwing it again right away after throwing the pick 6 on the previous drive.
Yeah, not something conservative or underneath. Pretty big shot right there.
Get him right back in the saddle and say, go ahead and sling it, big guy.
Hurry up, here we go. 3,
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. He only got a couple on that one, so not a ton of help. They'll have a 3rd and 8 forthcoming.
Here we go now. Boom, landed.
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. And that is incomplete.
It's a great job by this secondary. When I watch them, they remind me of elite defenders on a basketball court, right? They want to contest each and every pass.
Great contest on 3rd down to bring up 4th. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Fielded at the 20. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. It'll wind up being a net of 41. 9-yard return, 50 on the punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Here's a give to Jones running left. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The numbers for Jones last week, 9 carries, 71 yards.
They've got a nice scheme going right now, and they run the football pretty well. In fact, I was talking with him on the field before the game, and he said he's starting to hear from the guys ahead of him on the rushing yardage total, and they want to know if he's going to jump up there and join them at the top of the list.
Over the middle, complete. That's Adams. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. The completion good for 3, and it's second down. And the Buffet boys, the O-line, hopefully they're ready today.
Listen, you got to feed them first. But if you do, you usually get a great product out on the field. And when they play well, the quarterback can't wait to feed them afterwards.
Second down now after the pass completion. Here's Jones. And he'll only get a yard, maybe 2, up to the 46. And an extra DB here for the Chiefs on third down.
Pass situation.
Delay of game, offense.
He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
Throwing is Manning on third down. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains.
I feel like Eli Manning has just gone from downfield bomber to a guy who can complete everything.
He can hit him underneath now, can't he?
Yeah, we just saw that there with that pass completion. The maturity of a veteran taken with the defense will give him.
On first and 10, here's Manning. He's going to sling this deep downfield. So they took a shot on first down, but couldn't connect.
Let's face it, you can run the route tree as many times as you want, get in sync, practice it, do all those things. But once you get to game speed, it doesn't always time up quite that well. That one goes incomplete.
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. 1 quarter in the books. 7-0 is our score. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Second quarter about to get underway with the Packers in possession of the football. And they're on the move here. They've got it 1st and 10. They go play action here on first down. And this one is incomplete.
I like what they tried to do there. They didn't get a completed pass downfield, but they came up with a momentum play. Big-time gain on the previous snap. Came right back and threw one deep, hoping to catch them on their heels.
Slot man moves right. Manning again here on 2nd and 10. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete. Randall Cobb, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down. This drive, which was going so smoothly, all of a sudden it's a little bit of a roadblock here with 2 straight incompletions.
Yeah, apparently this defense has had enough. Apparently they're saying, No more. We're making a stand right here, right now. But it is 3rd and 10. They've got to get after him one more time.
And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. Now Mason Crosby for the Packers field goal try. And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through. And the lead moves to 10-zip. So a good snap, good hold, and that one's right down the middle. So following the fumble, this offense will get another shot at it as they quickly head back onto the field. So the fumble recovery, and now Manning. The left side throw complete to Adams. And he takes it all the way down to the 44-yard line. It's a big play there for Green Bay. 45 yards. This is Jones. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Big boys down there in the trenches, and a nice play to stop them cold. Nothing there.
Yeah, when you talk about big boys, you're talking about those defensive tackles, those nose tackles. They're not just big, they're immense. And what a big-time play there.
In motion, the tight end. They'll go again to Jones. A big hit. Knocked down sideways at the 47-yard line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make it 3rd and 13.
Wow, that play got shut down in a hurry.
As soon as the snap came, you could see defensively they were just closing in. That was going nowhere.
Yeah, you count on your offensive line to give you a little bit of space, a little bit of time so you can make a move. There was none there for him.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Manning. That one taken in by Carlos Henderson. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
Well, first look at the NFL scoreboard comes from the Motor City. It's the Lions that have grabbed the early lead. That one tight to this point, and you'd have to imagine it'll stay tight throughout. And with a play clock about to expire, Mike McCarthy's going to take a timeout. He'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. They'll break the huddle here and go for it. This is 4th down. They'll go for it. It's Manning. And that is going to be incomplete. Mike McCarthy took the gamble, didn't pay it. After an excellent punt, this offense in a tough spot down inside their own 5. The Packer offense now ready to get back onto the field. They had a great drive going last time. They were moving the ball, and then all of a sudden it just stalled out. So we'll see what they can do here, Charles.
And it's always easy to second guess when you don't get it on a 4th down try. but they had to like the feeling that they had going on offense. They want to continue to see if they can capture that again on this drive and maybe get in the same position.
Yeah, and that's, I mean, like I said, they were moving the football. It's not like they went 4 and out, so I don't think it's a deal where the offense doesn't have confidence.
No, I agree with you totally on that one. If anything, they may have gained more confidence. Okay, they stopped us once. That's all right. Let's keep moving it. Make them do it again.
Again, it's Jones. Able to evade the tackle, but then quickly brought down just outside the 5. Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up. The Packers on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. A minute 59 to go in the first half. We're back to Arrowhead after this. On 3rd down, here's Jones. Now here's a defensive timeout called by the Chiefs. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. On now is the Packers punter, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. Nice stiff arm.
Underused, but still effective.
It's a 40-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. And now the Packers get set to go. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. On 2nd down, here's Manning. That's caught right side by Anderson. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. So the offense has it 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Manning. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Melvin Ingram coming in from that outside linebacker spot to bury him for a loss of 7. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Manning into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off here by Anthony Hitchens. And a potential turning point as they'll get the football in very good field position late in this first half. That late in the clock, 2nd quarter, why not just run it a time or 2 and get it into the locker room?
What you're saying makes sense.
This offense ready to get back out there as they'll have the football to start the 3rd quarter. And out trotting out there, the Packers getting ready to go. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the 3rd quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. Now a handoff as they run left side. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down? The Packers on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This time it's 3rd and 3. Now Manning. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down.
My man's getting a little loose with the football there, right? Interception before, almost had one here. He's got to start taking better care of it.
Yeah, really should have been back-to-back drives with interceptions. He's lucky there. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. after an excellent punt, this offense in a tough spot down inside their own 5. The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field.
They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again, so it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Back near the goal line. Here's Manning. In trouble, and the ball's out. It's in the end zone loose. And no forward progress here. This is going to be a safety. So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. The Packers offense now heading back out onto the field. And last time they surrendered to safety, we know they don't want to do that again.
That is just one of those oddities in scoring that we get. And it's just so strange to see that go up on the board. And then you got to make sure that that doesn't happen to your team again. They've got to take care of the ball.
But boy, it juices up the defense.
Oh, without a doubt. That's a great way to score some points.
Too much oomph, too much mustard there on that pass.
They really turned it loose, didn't they? Really cut loose with that one. Sharp, strong. Didn't lead to a completion, though. Made it very difficult.
Jones. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave him with 3rd and still 7 yards to go.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Forcing completion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
The Packers on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. Manning now to throw. And he's taken down. A Chiefs sack. Chris Jones in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that'll lead to a 4th down. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Fielded just inside the 20. Look at the spin.
Balance.
And he's going to be out of bounds at the 39. A very good return there. Give him an even 20. Late stages of the game here in the 4th quarter as this offense takes over 1st and 10. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now with a game this clip.
Anderson loses the football. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, and that could have been trouble. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but the other team doesn't get it. That's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
To throw on 2nd down. Manning. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on.
Pass interference. Defense.
So flag for the contact, pass interference.
And I know that you're going to look at me and roll your eyes, and rightfully so, because you know what I'm going to say. Doesn't the defender have a right to the football as well?
No, I don't like defenders.
That's because you spend too much time with me. Okay, I'll side with you on this one. It's the correct call.
Now Manning. Incomplete.
There are a good number of coaches that any time they call an in route are really worried about the play because there's so much traffic ordinarily that the ball has to get through to get to the receiver. And on that play, it was batted down.
Manning will try again on 2nd down. And that's complete to Adams. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Again, they'll throw with Manning. He's got his target. It's Cobb. And he's got enough for the first across midfield to the 48. It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs.
Did you see that route the way that I did? I thought he was trying to get deep.
Yeah, that
first.
wasn't the first option.
No, it came off of that guy, the deep guy, and came underneath on the drag. Completed it very well.
Throwing on first down is Manning. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And that's going to make it 2nd and 14. Again, it's Manning. And Anderson's got it. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be 3rd down.
Brandon, just mark that under the category of just not successful. Trying to throw the ball, just didn't work on that one.
Completed it. No yardage. The Packers on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 14. Manning to throw once more. And the Chiefs are going to get him. That's number 4. Sack number 4. They had 4 last week, so he's been down on the ground a lot.
Partner, they say the eye in the sky does not lie. And that's indeed the case because they watched the game tape from the previous week, incorporated into their own defensive scheme, and continued to get after this quarterback.
And now this defense will be searching for sack number 5. Elsewhere, Ford Field, they're into the 4th quarter now. And the Lions adding more points to their team. So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting. Well, they're slinging it. And then there's one you got to put a timer on, huh? I mean, that one came in hot.
That came in hot, but overthrown, out of his reach and incomplete. And, of course, the quarterback in this situation, he's realizing time is becoming a factor. Let's see if they can get some points on the board here late. Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Manning. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Devontae Adams, the intended receiver. 3rd down here. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Shotgun now for Manning. And Adams has it complete. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
I don't care how many times we say it, I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. 1st down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
And he is hit pretty hard from the side as he's knocked down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. They'll run it now out of the gun. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On first down, Manning. He gets it over the middle to Cobb. And he'll go down at the 28. And here comes play number 6 on this drive. They'll look to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Cobb. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains. Back to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Patrick. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a first and goal.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? Back to throw. He's got it. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. A great effort there in the final minute. And the Packers are within an extra point of tying this thing up. So getting the big touchdown they needed late in the fourth. Now what do? You conservative and just tie it up?
No, I think you put your practice into game situation. Go as fast as possible. You already have your play call ready to go. Go for 2 and decide.
Elsewhere, Ford Field, they're into the fourth quarter now. You saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. A victory there would mean they're 6th on the year. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much. In a tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater. Run the clock out, get to overtime, and try and win it there.
All right, we'll see if they do just that. 2-minute drills, they're tough enough, pressure-packed enough, and these elements makes it significantly tougher.
And you don't have the margin where you can say, okay, I can allow for certain things and maybe change up a little bit. Because it's a 2-minute situation, you've got to try and make the same plays you would make if the elements didn't exist.
Back to throw. Manning looking deep for Adams. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. Boy, Charles, what a critical call in a tie game late.
You want to have the tight coverage. You don't want to cause the penalty. Pass interference in this case. Remember, it's a yardage foul in the NFL, a spot foul where it occurs.
Manning to throw. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call.
Holding offense.
Well, your QB's been sacked 4 times in the game already, and they're the holding call.
And you know darn well the offensive line coach is frustrated and upset that he's been hit that many times already. He doesn't really care that they hold now. Just don't let him get hit anymore.
To throw is Manning. He sets up the screen to Jones. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call. Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground. Now Manning. Looking deep for Adams. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete. 4 quarters not enough. We're all even, and to overtime we go.
How much fun is this for everyone who's watching the game? How much fun is it for us to see this one get an extra period to get settled?
It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And now here comes Kansas City. Now a play fake here on first down. And some space here. And he slides to avoid the hit. It'll be a gain of 6, and it'll be a second down. So the offense readies for a 2nd and 4. First throw of overtime for Mahomes. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Whitney merciless in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. He was trying to keep his eyes downfield. Nobody came open.
He's trying to do everything that he had been taught, right? Every bit of the technique. But if no one's open, there is no technique except make sure you hold on to the ball as you go to the ground when you're getting sacked.
And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. I know they may want to go for this, but the smart play probably to punt it, even given the field position, right?
In a sense, you honor what they've done all game. And this is a defense that's held the score down, kept it tight, kept you right in it, and they're really jonesing for one more shot. Give it to them. Let them play defense for you and give you a better chance to win the game.
We'll call that a 49-yard punt with a return of just 2. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. They'll run it with Jones. And he'll get this one across the 20, but only up to about the 21. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, he's looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple yards out of it. So those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here. Running right, Jones. And now running right through it. And they finally do get him, but not before he reaches the 27. A huge play there in overtime. 52 yards on the ground. So he rips off a great run and shows you why this year he's top 10 in rushing in the league.
And looks like he's trying to move up fast on the leaderboard, doesn't he? Top 10, looks like he's running to get into the top 5.
So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. Little motion now from the tight end. Now a handoff here to his running back. Down right around the 25. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. And I know you, with every carry, especially in overtime, you're just saying, if you're that ball carrier, hold on to the football.
Hold on to it, protect it, but not necessarily settling, because you're trying to get to the end zone. You're trying to end the game right here. And I know the defensive guys poking, clawing, raking, trying to knock the ball free and protect their end zone.
Yeah, like you alluded to, especially this part of the field. And he'll give it here to his running back. He'll pick up only a yard there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 7.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. The Packers on 3rd down. They've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This is 3rd and 7. What can Manning do now with his drive? Oh, it's a touchdown if he holds on. Instead, it's 4th down. Another nice job there defensively. They've really stymied their passing attempts, and it continues in overtime.
And for them to do that, that means they've had to be cohesive on defense. Pressure in the quarterback's face. Good coverage of not just the wide receivers, but the tight end, the running backs when they try and slip out, and making sure they're at the point of attack. When the ball's in the air, they get there and help force some of those incompletions.
And this one is no good. He missed it. And that changes everything here in OT. And trotting back out onto the field, Travis Kelce. And we see here the productivity certainly has decreased from the start of the game, but sometimes people forget these tight ends. They can do more than just catch the football. They'll let Perkins carry to start the drive. He's got daylight. The 30, the 20. And he's into the end zone for the touchdown and the game winner in OT. A partner, great game that we got to see and making it extra special. Not only did I get 4 quarters with you in this one, I got some overtime, a little whipped cream on top.
Look at you, trying to make this whole thing palatable.
I just want you to pay for my meal later.
You really just wanted 4 quarters, what you wanted. But how much fun was that? We had that type of a game where we got us to overtime, and then we get the dramatic ending to finish things off as well. What a game.
So for Kansas City, they get win number 10 on the year as they move to 10-1. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Denver Broncos. Meanwhile, for the Packers, we'll see how this affects their play.